Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Poofcast episode 5. My name is Byron. I'm joined by my co-host Jenny. Say hi, Jenny.
Hello, everybody.
My friend Bethany is also here. Say hi, Bethany.
Hi, Bethany.
uh, so happy Halloween, everybody, because I think this episode is going up the day before Halloween. So there's a lot going on in the world today, and I just wanted to take a moment out of the podcast to say, go vote if you haven't already. Mask up. We don't need the virus spreading anymore.
Yes.
End SARS. If you have any power over Nigerian things, go be an activist and work towards that end of SARS. And also, thanks for the support and feedback you guys have been giving us. It means a lot to us, and it helps us stay motivated to keep the podcast coming. So now that I got all that out of the way, have you guys done anything interesting or noteworthy in the last few days or week?
Me, I would say I haven't done really anything special. Yeah, just nothing really special. Just been staying at home. It snowed a couple days ago, and it was really scary having to drive in the snow. I don't like driving in the snow personally because people drive like idiots and they don't take caution when on slippery roads. And I've witnessed this a couple times while I was out in the morning. And yeah, it's nothing really special other than it snowed. So
How often does it snow out there?
I mean, not really often. And usually, like, the weird thing is it doesn't even snow during the winter a lot. And when it does, it only does like a little bit, not too much. And it's weird seeing snow in the fall, kind of like so early.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something. I mean, I guess I should be used to it, but then again, like, I'm still not used to seeing snow this early on in the year.
Growing up, I think it's only snowed maybe 5 times in my life. It's
Really?
never a common occurrence.
Yeah, the weather is bipolar here, so I don't I don't really know when it is gonna snow or when it's not. So I mean,
No.
it happens often.
Even when it does snow here or in New Orleans, it's still barely any snow. You might get a little snow for half an hour or so. The most it snowed, I think, was for a few hours when I was in 3rd grade, but it has never snowed that much since then, as far as I know.
Yeah, the world is changing. It's crazy to see it.
Yeah.
It's really crazy because I remember when I was younger, there used to be build-up of snow, so much snow, and I used to want to go outside and play in it. Now there's just barely anything. It's just a lot of iciness rather than just snow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like playing in the snow anymore because now I'm older, obviously, and now that sometimes I gotta drive in the snow, it's just not enjoyable. Just snow is not enjoyable.
Yeah, I remember in 3rd grade when it snowed, we had a snowball fight, and it was so weird because I had always seen it on TV and cartoons and stuff, but to actually be able to do it was so different. And I remember I put a snowball in my brother's hoodie, and he put his hood on, and it was all over his head, and he was like, "What the hell?"
Yo, get pranked. I remember having snowball fights too. But the thing was the cartoons, maybe it was just the people I was having a snowball fight with. The cartoons and all the stuff that I see on, they make it seem like the snow is so soft, but when you get hit by one of them things, it hurts.
Yeah, it's
it hurts.
Somebody's throwing a rock at you or something.
Yes. Maybe it's because they can they compress the snow into a one hard snowball.
Yeah.
Instead of lazily doing it, because that's what I did, and I get pebbled. It hurts.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
I think the last time I actually had proper snow, I was living in Huntsville, and it was 2017, and it was just crazy snowing hard, and it got at least for me, pretty deep, which was only 4 inches at the most. And I remember making like a bunch of snowmen like up in college, and it was like my last day at that school too, so it was pretty cool. And then I moved out the next morning, and I like was so scared to drive home because like the ice and everything was still on the roads. So I'm going like 20 miles an hour down I-45, and I'm like, I'm going to die.
Right? It's because like you never know these people. Like people still like drive crazy in the snow, and it's scary. It makes me anxious when I'm like driving in the snow.
Yeah.
So I totally get you there.
Yeah.
It's scary. I hate it. I don't like driving in the snow. Period.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's fun.
No, it's not
You
fun.
don't wanna.
Like Huntsville has so
never.
many hills, right? And so like when it first started snowing, I was sitting with like my roommate and my cousin, and we were in a Double Dave's Pizza. And so like I was the person that drove, and I didn't know it was going to snow. So like we drove there, we were like, okay, you know, last day of the semester, we all like did well in our finals, we're going to go get pizza as a treat. So like we're still sitting there inside the freaking pizza place, and then all of a sudden it's just snowing hardcore. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to get home now? And so like I'm going like legit 5 miles an hour to go down these like steep hills, and I'm like braking and accelerating because I don't know how, you know, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that was like the longest car ride like ever. And it should have only taken me 5 minutes to get back to campus from where I was, but it took me like 30.
Jeez.
That is totally understandable. I mean, if it starts like snowing crazy like that, it's totally understandable to go slower than you usually go. Like a tip for like driving in the snow. I got this tip from my brother just like the other day when I was driving in the snow. It's just like when you're braking on the snow and you know it's slippery, like don't like step on it. Just kind of pedal on it, like tap it a couple times. Like you'll slow down.
Yeah, like ease
And then
into
when you
it.
feel, like when the car is like slow enough, you can step on it like fully. Because if you step on it all the way, it'll lock and it'll do that little thing where it feels like it's like, you know, like locking up, because that's exactly what it's doing. It'll make you slide. So just like tap to like slow yourself down until when you get to like a certain speed, and that's when you can fully step on it and you'll stop. Like I never knew that. I was just like, what? I should have known this when it was like snowing so hard that time I went to work. But you know, now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know. That's just like a tip for if you're feeling scared and you know you feel like you're going too fast. Like that's a good way to slow down without having to slide everywhere.
That's definitely helpful. I'm gonna remember that one later on if it ever snows here again.
It's a good thing to keep in mind just for like safety reasons in the snow, because it'd be really tragic if something happens and all that, and the car is just like doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, totally.
So what have you been up to, Bethany?
I'm gonna keep it real. I've just been doing midterms, not fun. And my professors, the way that they grade is on a really weird scale. And so I know one of them, it's like out of total of like 83 points, and he doesn't tell us that. So I thought I got like a 60 on an exam, but it turns out it was like 60 out of 80 points. And so I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. But yeah, other than that, like I'd be working, getting yelled at by customers because I work at a prominent coffee chain. Yeah. Nothing better than having a woman like yell at you because your coffee machine broke, and then you're like trying to get drinks out as fast as possible, but you can't because you can't like queue up espresso shots for her 500 espresso amount drink, you know, and then she's yelling at you and you're like, bro, please don't do that. I am doing my best here with what we can do, you know? And then like my coworker's like, girl, why aren't you crying right now? Like I would be in tears. And I was like, I'm not going to cry in front of y'all. I'm not comfortable with you. Not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like,
I'd hate to
get
be
that.
like
yeah.
somebody who has to work at like a restaurant or something, because people can be like assholes there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've had my fair share. I've had my fair share. Customer service is just the worst because they're so inconsiderate of how like just the operation goes. Like they're just so entitled, saying, "Oh, I gave you money for this thing, so I deserve to get it right away and when I want it." Like,
Yes.
don't work like that, sweetie. You know, there's problems that happen, and so if that problem happens, it's not my fault.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And like the thing is like people don't see you as like a human being whenever you're like working.
Exactly.
They see you as kind of like a machine in a way, just because you're like constantly like only serving them. Like that's how their mentality is. They're like, I have to only serve this person, and if I don't have this amount of attention, like I'm gonna go nuts. And so sometimes they do, and then you get yelled at, and then your manager's like, bro, I'm gonna have to pretend to yell at you right quick to satisfy this customer. And then you go home and then you cry.
Exactly.
I love customer service. Love it so much.
Yeah, that was the reason why I kind of just quit the customer service scene. I was just like, no, like this ain't for me. I'm starting to get a little less patient. I remember on my last day, I actually kind of went off on a customer.
What did you
Oopsie,
do?
sorry. Because they were like, I don't remember what they were asking for, but they were just asking way too much out of me. And I was just like, bruh, like, you're going to have to wait. I'm sorry, but there's a lot. Like, we're backed up on orders. You're just going to have to wait. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I can't just rush this order when there's other people waiting. Like, I can't do that for you.
Exactly.
Like, it's not fair.
Yeah, like whenever I'm making drinks, you know, I make them like I'm supposed to in the order in which they were placed. And so, like, you know, if someone does a mobile order before, like, you know, like an in-store order, you know, I'm going to do that first because that's how it's got to be. And so people will be like, I ordered this 2 minutes ago. Can I get my coffee? And I'm like, brother, I am like balls deep in some Frappuccino roast right now. You're going to have to wait, you know?
I'm balls deep in some Frappuccino roast. Gotcha. I mean, 2 minutes? Come on. That's lower than my patience, and my patience is low.
I know. Like, it's a customer base, you know? It just,
Yeah.
it's mostly like middle-aged people that have like the worst patience that I've like had to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Because mostly like,
They're all going through a midlife crisis.
yeah, I guess their midlife crisis is like, if I don't have my coffee right now, I'm gonna freaking like shoot up something. Like, you know, I'm so pissed that my coffee's not here right now. I got 5 kids in my minivan. They're screaming. They want to go to McDonald's, but I need to get my coffee first.
I gotta take them to soccer practice.
Yeah, you know, Jenny, you know. Oh, wait, that's you. Oh my god. Little Jenny's gonna have to go to soccer practice, and freaking Kevin, if I don't take him to football practice in the next 5 minutes, he's gonna kick the back of my seat. Like, I can't deal with that. And that just, you know, use protection, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, people are just, they just lose all like respect for like other people when it comes to like customer service.
They like forget that the customer service people are our people too.
Yeah, exactly.
It sucks that it's that way, but that's just how people is. That's how human nature is. Well, some people, but it's really sad to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instant gratification or bust, you know, like.
Well, this weekend I actually was able to go visit my grandma and my auntie, and I just kind of relaxed at my grandma's house for the weekend. I got to submit my ballot in person rather than having to mail it in. And that was
That's awesome.
That's really great.
yeah.
I'm proud of you.
That's right. I forgot. You know, you're from Louisiana, so I didn't know if you were
Yeah.
actually going to, like, vote here or what. So that's cool.
Yep. Oh yeah, and Teddy got to go on his first road trip, and that was a headache.
Why?
Like, we got, I think for the first half an hour or so of the road trip, he was whining to get out of his like bag because I put him in a bag so he wasn't running around the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he just wore himself out or fell asleep. And then when we made like a pit stop, he started to whine again, and so I just took him out and let him like move around for a little bit. But then he started to, like you give him an inch and they take a mile.
Yeah.
He like went 10 miles, and so I just put him back in his bag until we got to our destination. But it was an overall enjoyable experience.
That's good.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he had a good time too because my grandma actually has a yard and he was able to run around and like play catch and stuff.
Oh.
Or not catch, fetch.
He's catching the ball. He's using his
Yeah.
little baby hands. Catch the balls.
Yeah.
So cute.
God, I love that dog.
Stan Teddy, by the way.
Stan Teddy.
Oh yeah, I'll put my fan cam for Teddy in the description of the podcast if you want to check that out.
Okay, the first time I
Adorable.
saw that, I lost like my mind. Like I was losing it at work this morning. I was there at like, the crack of dawn, and so like when I finally got to go on my break, I see that and I'm like already sleep deprived and a little bit delusional from that. And I was like, oh my, I was losing it in the lobby. Oh, it was so funny.
Happy you enjoyed it. It took me like 2 hours to make, even though I probably will never use it.
Oh my god, you spent 2 hours on that?
Yeah.
I mean, that just shows how much you appreciate and love your dog. That's so... I wish I had a dog.
It's a lot of work and money.
I've got 5. Do you want one?
Yes. If only.
Yeah, they're like insane. It's so much work. Like I have 2 puppies and then the rest are all like seniors. And so it's like you have to match like the puppy's energy, but like also like keep the puppy in a way kind of away from like the senior dogs, because the senior dogs are like not having it, because like, first of all, why the hell did you get this stupid thing? Like, I didn't sign up for this. What the hell? And so, yeah, it's just a mess like half the time, but like puppies. Ha.
Yeah.
Cuties.
I can't wait till he's done teething. Teething's honestly the worst part about puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like chewed up a few walls and stuff. And like, if I leave anything on the floor and I forget that it's on the floor, I'll come back and it's torn up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that right now. My parents, because like I live on campus, but like whenever I go home, my mom tells me about how she's been like mixing like water and cayenne pepper together, and then she like sprays it on things outside, because that's where my dogs are essentially all day. Because yeah, and so like we had a cactus garden. Keyword there, had, because my dogs, even though there was cayenne pepper all over that thing, they still were eating the cactuses, the cacti. Is that a word?
Goodness.
But yeah, so I'm sitting here thinking, like, first of all, you're going to eat a cactus. Like, that's already, like, painful. That's a whole experience. But now it's like a spicy cactus. Like, I can't.
A spicy cactus.
You got some masochist dogs.
I guess I do. Like, they freaks.
No. Man. Poor doggies. How does that not hurt? Yo.
I don't know. She's on some sort of energy that, like, it's too much sometimes. I'm like, oh my god. And she's like not even a year old. I think she's 6 months. I don't know. It was a really weird thing because we didn't like adopt her or anything. One day, my parents woke up and she was in her backyard. Like someone dumped the puppy like she had a collar, and so my parents were like, okay, well maybe this puppy just got lost. That's really weird. So they took her to the vet, and they were like, nope, she's not chipped or anything. Guess you got yourself a dog. And so my parents were like, okay, we're gonna put up, lost, found, whatever posters, like everywhere, social media, whatever. No one claimed her, so now we have this crackhead, and yeah, and like I don't even know. My parents are like this close to just being like, okay, you know what, Bethany, we can't just do this anymore. Like she's insane.
Yeah.
She's eating spicy cacti. Like, I mean, what do you do with that? How do you deal with that?
The spicy cactus.
Yeah. My mom and her girlfriend have 6 dogs, and when I went to go visit them, like before I visited them, I thought 6 dogs was a lot, and it'd be like overwhelming to have all of them there. But when I was there, they seemed to it didn't seem to be as overwhelming as it may seem just thinking about it. Like they were pretty chill, besides when they get excited, but yeah, they weren't really like a big problem or anything when I visited my mom.
Did they interact with Teddy well, or did you like bring him?
Oh, I didn't. I mean, they haven't met Teddy yet. When I visited them, I don't even. Oh well, I did have Teddy, but I had just got him, and so I didn't want her to bring him around a bunch of big dogs.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
He's already so
I'd be
small.
terrified.
Yeah. Funny story. There was actually a big dog next door to my grandma's house. And so there's like a fence separating the yards and stuff, so they couldn't like interact directly. But Teddy would go walk up to the fence and start sniffing, and then the big dog would come up on the other side and sniff. And then when Teddy would hear him sniffing, he'd like run off because he was scared. And the big dog would just start whining like, "Hey, where'd you go, friend?" And then Teddy would like run up to me, so I'd walk over there with him. And I remember I walked over there with him, and then the dog like scratched the fence to see if he could get to Teddy, and Teddy like ran away so fast.
He just wants friends.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
Aw.
But yeah, now that we kind of got what we've been up to out of the way, let's get into the topics. Since we're all in relationships, what are you guys' anniversaries?
Mine was 2 days ago.
Oh,
How was that?
It was mine and my boyfriend's 1-year anniversary. It's normal. He doesn't really celebrate anniversaries or anything like that, and that's totally understandable because he's more of the person that likes to go with the flow and likes to look back a little bit later in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I, for one, like we're complete opposites when it comes to anniversaries. Like I find it really important to me, and like I like to sit back and just kind of be able to appreciate each other on our anniversaries. But he's just more of like in the moment type of guy. So like we're very opposite on that. And I try not to force it on him because, like I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. But, like although it does mean a lot to me, like it doesn't really bother me if it doesn't, if he's not too big on that. Like it doesn't bother me, like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it did at one point, but now that I've seen it, like, just kind of through his eyes, and like, maybe it is true. Like, we just gotta live in the moment. Like, don't worry about the anniversary or anything like that. And I just kind of, just didn't really care anymore. Well, not like in a bad way, just more of like, like just go with the flow and just enjoy our moments together, because
like everyday special kind of thing, or
yeah, every day is special to us. Well, to me, at least. I hope it's special to him.
God, I hope so.
I hope so. Every day is special to me. Even when we argue, it's special. TBH.
Well, what about you, Bethany?
My 1-year anniversary with my boyfriend was on the 18th. And so we actually like make a big deal about anniversaries and such. And so my boyfriend, like, he went all out, kind of, you know? Yeah, he got me, like, several gifts, and, like, we planned a day together. It was really great. Like, he made me, okay, so, like, we were talking one night about, like, hints towards each other's, like, anniversary gifts. And so I was telling him, I was like, listen, you know, I saw how much it cost, so I can't afford it, but I was thinking about making you, like getting, like, a vinyl record, and then just, like, putting a bunch of our own songs on there, because, like, you can do that. And so I was like, okay, that'd be cool. So I told him that, and he looked at me, and he's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, like, what's wrong with that? And he's like, dude, I was gonna do that for you.
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet.
I know. And so, like, I also realized, you know, it's not very practical, like, even if I did have the money to do it, to, like, do that for him, just because he doesn't have a record player. He just used mine. But we essentially kind of live together, so, like, you know, he just used mine anyways. And so he was like, well, damn, I'm going to have to get a new freaking present for you now, like, a new idea. So he ended up making me, like, a CD that it looks like a record. And then he downloaded a bunch of songs that were, like, important to us. And then to complement that, he's like, even if you can't listen to the CD, I made you a Spotify playlist, and it's got even more songs on it. And I was like, bro, that's so cute. And then, like,
that's sweet.
I know, right?
That is really sweet.
And then, like, I'm a big fan of, like, mice and rats and critters like that. And so he gave me, like, this little, like, stuffed animal, like, rat, but it looks, like, kind of realistic, so it was really cute. And it came, like I don't know, it's kind of fancy. And, like, it came with, like, little adoption papers and everything like that. And he's like, this is our son, you gotta name him.
Oh my
I was like,
that's so cute.
oh my god,
That's cute.
yeah. That, and then, like, a few months ago, I don't know, time's not real. Anyways, long story short, a while ago, I was talking with a few people in, like, a group chat that he's not in about some jewelry that I guess one of our friends is selling. And so I don't know who told him, if I told him and just don't remember or what, but he ended up buying me, like, these, like, jewelry pieces that I liked. And it's like a little, like, just like a little, like, chili pepper, and it's really cute. And it's got like, matching earrings. And so yeah, that. And then he got me some more jewelry from the same person, and, like, it was really, really nice. And so I was just, like, kind of just, like, crying a little bit, because I was like, okay, how did you even know? Like, who told you? Because I don't remember telling you. Then again, I can't remember much anyways, so I might have, but yeah. And so, like, it was really nice. It was really, really great.
That's so sweet.
And, yeah. And so then, like, my gifts towards him, like, I be on a budget, you know? So I got I commissioned one of my friends to make a sticker, and then I put it on, like, a water bottle, because he's been wanting, like, not a Hydro Flask, but, you know, like, one of those types of water bottles, you know, Walmart brand. And so I got a sticker on it, and we have, like, this joke where, because he likes to fish, and so, like, anytime we get, like, stressed out or whatever, he's like, wishing I was fishing. And so I got that on, like, I made the sticker, like, the design and all that, got it printed and slapped it on a water bottle. And so it just says wishing I was fishing with, like, a fish on it. It's kind of cute. And then
That is adorable.
yeah, and then, like, I decided to embroider him a hat that just has, like, a fish that matches the fish on the water bottle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and so that's what I did. And then, like, I took him out to dinner, but I guess that kind of feeds into, like, splitting bills, because he ended up paying me, like, half of it. And I was like, dude, let me treat you. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I go all out for anniversaries. Like, they're a big deal to me just because it's like, yay, you actually tolerated me for a whole year? You deserve an award, honestly. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I felt too.
what about you, Byron?
My anniversary is like earlier in the year, so like I think it's July 26th. If it's not the 26th, then it's the 28th. But this year we weren't able to celebrate it because I was out of town when we were supposed to be celebrating it. But I made her like a spell playlist, and we just kind of talked, and we watched a movie later that day, like over the internet. Like we were on like a video call, and that's how I spent my anniversary this year.
That's cute.
I don't think my girlfriend's too big on anniversaries, so I haven't celebrated like any like smaller milestones in a year. But I do know that in some other relationships, we kind of celebrated smaller milestones. I can't talk, but
Yeah.
yeah. So how often do you guys celebrate anniversaries? Maybe not in your current relationship if it's only been once or you don't celebrate it, but like in general, how often would you celebrate an anniversary?
I would say, well, in my past relationship, we celebrated month by month, like like any other relationship, because that was my first relationship, and it just started out and all, and so we just kind of appreciate each other each and every month. Like we always plan to hang out specifically on the 28th of every month, because that's when we first started dating. Like it was like I think November 28th. I'm pretty sure. That's when we
Okay, I
first
feel
started
less bad
dating.
for remembering my old anniversary too.
Yeah, because like I remember it, because like it's like it's scarring in a way, but like it was once important to me. So how can you forget something that was once important to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we made it clear on the 28th of every month to try and see each other, or at least hang out, like through FaceTime, or and sometimes he would tell me like, oh, I can't make it, and then he would make it, and it'd just be like a whole surprise, like, oh my god, like, we celebrate it month by month. But from now, like my point of view now and my relationship now, it makes me realize like like you just gotta live in the moment. Maybe we can just celebrate year by year, or maybe like we'll celebrate whenever we want to.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like decided, like undecided, but like whenever we want to, we can just look back and be like, damn, like time is really flying by. I'm glad I'm sharing this moment with you. I'm sharing these years with you, and this and that.
Yeah.
And I really am glad that I shared this year with my boyfriend after all the hardships I put in there. He deserves the world, and I appreciate him so much. And if he's listening to this, I love you.
Yeah.
So in previous relationships, I've tried to celebrate every 3 months or so, or acknowledge it at least every 3 months. Because I feel like 3 months are like a good milestone up until you hit a year. And then once you hit a year, then I just figured celebrate every year.
Yeah. I was in like a really, really long relationship. It was like 3 years, right? And so we celebrated, I remember, every month until the first anniversary. And then after that, it was just like every year it'd be like a little thing. It wouldn't be anything like too special, And so like definitely like a step up with my relationship now than back then. I think only just like celebration wise. I mean, there's plenty of other reasons, of course, but like yeah. And so I remember the first boyfriend I ever had. I was a freshman in high school, and I was dating this guy who very sus. I'll just say that. Anyways, so he would get a ring pop, like the candy ring pop, and every like month on our anniversary, he would fake a proposal in front of people, and it was so cringe. And right now I'm like having like a moment within myself remembering this, because like, could you imagine like two freaking freshmen, emo freshmen, by the way, like I was in the depths of my
goodness,
emo phase.
I'm sorry, but if I were to see you when I was a freshman, I probably would have laughed.
Yeah, no, people did.
Yeah, I would have been laughing.
Yeah, no, and so like the thing is like I was pretty self-aware back then too, and so I was like, I know this is cringe, I know this physically hurts everyone else around me and also myself, but if it makes him happy, then I will go through this embarrassment and continue to be bullied because of it. Anything for you, sweetie, you know, that type beat. And so, long story short, that relationship lasted a whole 4 months. And then,
oh my goodness,
you know how it be. And then I was like, yeah, no, this is crazy. You're insane. You got issues, different, so much happening. And I don't think I should talk about, like, things that he was into, because it's just weird.
Oh man, that's
Actually, you know what? If you want to edit this out, you can, but I'm going to get this off my chest. He had a belly button fetish.
What? Wait, no. Explain that. I don't get that.
Okay. So, this is an honest story. Like, you could literally ask anyone. They'll be like, yeah, Bethany's first boyfriend would, like, play with her belly button in the hallway as they're walking to class. And he would, like, whisper in my ear, and he'd be like, have my babies. And I'm like,
what?
You know, I'm like 15, brother. I'm trying to make it past 16 and pregnant. Like, I don't want to be on MTV like that, you know? And so, maybe for other reasons, but not like that. And so I'm just like, I think about it sometimes. I don't have like hate towards this man, because it honestly just didn't work out with us. You know, we were in high school. It's like PIMDAS, just cancel that hoe out. And so like, yeah, I just look back at it now and I kind of just laugh, because like there's so much that was just happening. Like, it's so cringe. And like, he was just sexually attracted to belly buttons, and like I don't think I could ever get past that.
Oh my goodness, I don't.
That's definitely one of the weirder kinks I've heard.
Man, I was playing with your belly button and whispering in your ear. Oh nah, man, I'm just gonna have to toss him. Like,
we broke up like several times throughout those 4 months.
Yo, that's...
You know, and like, I don't know why I kept getting back together with him. Did that happen to y'all? Did y'all have an off and on relationship like that, where it's like every 3 weeks you break up, and then you're like, you spend a weekend apart, and you're like, oh my god, I love you. Take me back.
Maybe not that, but in my first 2 relationships, there have been like breaks between like the relationship and finishing the relationship. Like, in my first relationship, I was in 8th grade. Me and the girl dated for like 3 months straight.
Wow.
And that was like amazing to me, because I had never ever like, I want to say like been in a relationship for 3 months, but I mean that was my first relationship, so it was just like eye-opening, I guess. And then we broke up. Then a few months later, when we were in 9th grade, we got back together for a few months, and then we broke up again. Then when I met my last girlfriend in 10th grade, we got together, and we were together until the end of the school year. That was like maybe 5 or 6 months. Then whenever summer rolled around, we broke up, and we got back together a few months into 11th grade, and we didn't end up breaking up until we went to college.
Oh, dang.
But that's the most on and off I've been.
I mean, I was on and off with a guy, but we weren't like actually like dating. Like, we were just talking. Like, there'd be, it's like we would have like good moments talking. Like he would be like the sweetest guy ever, and just talk to me like I'm actually human, and like he would treat me nice, and like whenever I was having like some self doubts or something like that, he would reassure me and everything like that. And then like, but he would always have this like weird thing about him where he would like say all this stuff and then just like stop like talking to me for like hours in a day, maybe even a whole day, just like don't even talk to me or reply to me. And I'm just like, oh, like, sorry, did I annoy you, this and that? And then the next day he'd be like, no, like, I'm just focused on this and that, this and that. And I was like, just like, okay,
That's weird.
That's what
okay, like,
that's what my first relationship was like near the end of it. Like,
mm-hmm.
we would talk pretty much every day, but sometimes it'd be like we'd talk for a little bit whenever we got home from school, and then I'd just be ignored until she saw me at school the next day, and that fucking sucked. But
Yeah, it's just like the communication wasn't really there. Like, I didn't know you were busy. I didn't know you got busy. I just felt like you were ignoring me. You didn't want to talk to me. So, like, it just, like, it broke it off a couple times, and I found myself wanting to talk to him again. And I reach out like an idiot, and I'm like, hey, like, what's up? Like, it's been a while. I just wanted to see how you're doing. I miss you. And they'd be like, oh, I miss you too. Like, we should talk. We should hang out. We should play some games if you want to. Like, you can come over and play. And I'm just like, yeah, sure. And like, it's just this whole thing again, and it becomes weird, and it's just like, all right, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't do that with you anymore.
Yeah.
so now that I'm
And
actually
it repeats.
remembering that relationship, like my first one, like more details about it, I do remember that we got together in like December, but then between December, January, and February, we barely talked. Like, I think I got punished from my phone or something, and so I was only able to talk to her over Skype. And then there was like, I think, weeks we didn't talk to each other, and then one day she just reached out to me and she was like, hey, maybe we should break up. But yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like terrible because I mean, I wanted to break up at that point too. I just couldn't get in contact with her.
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
like we're in a relationship, but we're not even talking to each other. What's the point of this?
Yeah, I had one of those. It lasted an entire week. Essentially, like, this guy, like, he was in my friend group and stuff. And again, okay, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I was emo throughout the entirety of high school and like the first 2 like years of college. And so maybe a little bit now. Yikes. Anyways, self-reflection time. Anyways, but like, anyway, so this guy, he was just like talking to me and all that other crap. And so like, he was like, he asked me out, right? And then I would literally only tell him like good morning and good night, because that was the only time he would actually respond to me. And then the rest of the time he was just playing Destiny 2, like, the entire time.
Oh my
like,
goodness. Gamer.
I know, gamer alert. I mean, maybe y'all should be oppressed.
That's my boyfriend, TBH. That's my boyfriend and him playing Call of Duty. I'm just like, hello.
Yes. Oh my gosh. My boyfriend, he be playing League of Legends like all the time.
Oh my goodness.
All the time. And so
Yo.
I'm like, can I please get some attention? And then he's like, I'm with the boys. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And so that's hardly like ever though. But like most times I'll be like, hey, I'm going to go to bed because it's 2 a.m. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to play with the boys. And I'm like, okay, have fun. And so like, I would like start to barely fall asleep, and then you can hear just him like loud cursing in Spanish, and I'm like, hello, it's 4 a.m.
Hello.
I got an exam tomorrow. And there was one time he was up till like 8 a.m. playing with the boys, and I was like, I have a test tomorrow. Like, what the hell, bro? And he's like, oh, I'm really sorry, I forgot you had an exam. And I was like, why are you up to 8 a.m. playing League anyways? Like,
Addicted.
He's literally addicted. But you know what? Whatever sparks joy for him, like, I'm in for it. And, like, that's how he gets to play with his friends. And, like, I remember, like, he got me to download Among Us, you know? And so I would play with him and some of my friends. And there was one time I was playing with my friends, and then he was playing with his own. And so, you know, we're in, like an efficiency style apartment thing. So, you know, it's just one long room. And so he's, like, yelling in Spanish, loudly cursing at his friends, calling them very rude names. And so then my friends, because, like, my mic is on, because we're talking, you know, they just hear, like, these loud, like, explicits. You know what I mean? Anyways,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're like, Bethany, who is cursing in Spanish? Like, he's saying a lot of really nasty things to whoever's he's talking to. I was like, oh, it's just my boyfriend. He's just playing with the boys. And they're like, he treats them like that? And I'm like, I mean, they're yelling the same stuff back to him. I guess that's just how they communicate. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, as long
mean,
as
there's
there's
a lot
like
of-
respect between them, I don't see a problem with
Oh,
it.
yeah, no, definitely.
There's a lot of weird ships between like boys and their friends. Like I've witnessed how my boyfriend is with his friends, and all I gotta say, he's kind of sus when he's with his friends. And his friends are
Yes.
sus too. But that's like the beauty of their like that friendship though, and I honestly think it's really hilarious, and I like to tease him about it.
Yeah.
But I like seeing that with him and his friends, that he can, you know, feel comfortable with them and they can be the same, you know. I envy that because obviously, you know, I don't really have much friends. Like I do have friends, but I don't have much. Like I don't really communicate much like that.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me uncomfortable a little bit.
I know, like, maybe it's just, like, a gamer thing. I don't know. But, like, even my brother, like, with his friends, I'll hear him, like, screaming at 2 a.m., like, yelling at his friends, saying some nasty things, and then saying some, like, you know, dirty stuff. And he's, like, yelling stuff like, you know, I'm going to touch your booty if you don't, like, play right or something like that. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? It's, like, 2 a.m. Stop horny posting. Like, can you please stop? And so, like, I'm trying to go to sleep, and I hear my boyfriend and my brother, like, depending on whatever, like, where I'm staying at for the night, you know, and I'm just hearing them, like, talk about, like, you know, like, touching tips or something. Like, it's weird. And so I'm like, do you mind?
Oh my goodness. I don't want to expose my boyfriend, but he'd be like, pussy. And he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry, princess.
Honestly, that is, like,
To them. And I'm just like, huh?
yes, my boyfriend.
Like, why don't you talk to me like that?
I know, right? Like, my brother, like, to his, like, friends would be like, you know, you're such a bitch, blah, 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 act right. And then, like, literally 2 seconds later, they're making, like, moaning sounds. You know, like, the ones
Oh
that,
my
like, the
God,
fifth
that's-
graders that would make. You know, like, the, you know? It's that stuff. And they're like, oh, yeah? And I'm like, bruh.
Oh my God.
Bruh, it is 4 a.m. Shut up. Go to bed.
Oh my God. That's just boys for you.
Honestly. Byron, do you do stuff
Boys
like
when
that?
they're with their friends.
Like what?
I mean, like everything we just talked about. Like, do you make, like, noises whenever you play your games?
Maybe not those noises. Like I might scream or just like ah. But that's only like when I get like frustrated or something. Like I don't do all that like sexual noises and stuff. I know some people do it just to like make people feel uncomfortable.
No, she ain't new, man. Oh, called out the bussy boys.
Pussy boys.
But yeah, I don't do anything like that really. I just play games.
Yeah.
That's valid.
I do realize that when I think I was watching you, Handboy, and Denishan play Infinite Warfare, and you're pretty calm. Like you weren't really like acting different. Oh, and Miguel was there too, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like I think you and Miguel were like the calmest ones out of the bunch. Like Miguel would freak out with the zombies. He'd be like, "Oh my god," and you'd be like, fuck or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then Handboy and Denishan would just be like, I don't know, they'd be talking to each other sometimes, and they'd just be saying some weird shit.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, that's how it usually is, though, in the chat.
Boys in their games. What can I say?
Exactly. Oh my god, maybe this should have been like a whole different topic.
Boys in their games.
Boys in their games.
Next week on poofcast. Boys in their games.
So you guys said that you have given gifts and you've gotten gifts from your partner for anniversaries, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the worst gift someone's given you for your anniversary?
Well, there wasn't no worst gift. I either didn't receive a gift or I got one, and all the gifts that I got were genuinely amazing. I got a huge teddy bear. I got a poster. Like somebody made one of my exes made a poster board about us.
That's so cute.
And like just wrote how much he liked me, and he got me a teddy bear, he got me some chocolate, he got me roses, and then another one gave me just like a teddy bear. It was like he gave me his teddy bear from when he was a young boy.
Oh, that's like.
And honestly, like there's a lot of like sentiment to it, and you know, I kept it. And you know, this was my ex that I dated for like a year and 7 months. Like he gave me like a teddy bear that he's had since he was a kid. And obviously when we did break up, I did give it back because like I felt bad if I kept it.
Yeah.
You know, because like obviously we're not together anymore, and it obviously meant a lot to him for him to give it to me and trust me with it. So I gave it back, and you know.
God, I wish my ex was as considerate as you are, because when we broke up, she just sold some of the stuff I gave her.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that she didn't sell, she just kind of put it to the side, I guess. But I gave her a blanket that I've been having since I was, like, really little.
Yeah.
Because she was, like, moving away. And I was like, oh, I'll just give you this so you can have something that's important to me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, yeah,
I don't know if she still has that blanket or not, but I'm mad that I haven't gotten it back yet if she does.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, you just, like, even though, like, it ended in a harsh way, like, I was still very considerate of how he felt about, like, certain items and how, like, attached they were to the item.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, the clothes that he gave me, I fucking threw those out. I burned them or I threw them out. But
Nice.
teddy bear, I was just like, I can't do any of that because I just won't sit right on my conscience. So I gave it back.
That's fair.
Yeah. So.
That's fair.
Well, Bethany, what's the worst thing you've gotten as a gift from a partner?
All right. Story time. So I was in a relationship. It was not a good relationship. Horrible relationship. Not the point. The point is, guy's a dick. But, so 1 month, I had given him like a stuffed like animal, right? You know, and so like I'm in high school. Ooh, bad point. So I'm in high school at this point, and so like, you know, I don't really have a job yet because I just didn't have a job. And so, you know, whatever money I had, I got from my mom. So like I got him like a $2 teddy bear, right? But it's not the price that matters. It's the thought behind it, right? You know, sentimental value or some crap. And so like the next month, he gave it back to me and said that he went out and got it. And I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, this is the same thing. It's the same thing. And he's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, if you didn't want it, you could have just said so. Like, you don't have to be rude about that. I don't know. I'm bitter still.
Jackass.
Yeah, honestly. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then, like...
I mean, at least the gift you got was a gift. You know, you want to hear, like, a funny gift that I got on an anniversary?
I would love to hear.
Same.
So, the anniversary of the first relationship I was in, like, obviously there was a break between the halves of the relationship. There was the part that was in eighth, the part that was in ninth. Well, like I said, she just randomly reached out to me and we broke up one day. But the day that we broke up on was actually the day we got together and the last time we got together. And that shit, like, even though the breakup wasn't really that bad to me, like, the fact that it was a year since the first time we got together, it, like, kind of bothered me, but not as much.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But yeah.
I can see how that would sting a little bit more than anything.
But what's the best gift you guys have gotten?
Well, considering me and my boyfriend now, we have each other. Well, I sent him my address, but he didn't keep it. Freaking. Wow. Anyway, right. Wow. I kept his address because, like, I bought a PS4 controller with Akatsuki, like, you know, little, like, custom made PS4 controller basically. I bought him a little figure of Madara, which is his, like, favorite character from Naruto, and I bought him, like, a jumper. And, like, I plan on sending it to him, like, soon, but it's just hard to find a box that fits everything. And, like, I want it to be extra secure and safe because them motherfuckers be throwing packages. I've seen that. I don't like that. I don't want anything to be broken when it gets there.
Yeah. And it's like especially crappy going through customs and everything too, because by the time I get boxes from, like, places that ship from overseas, it's like beaten up or it's like dusty and stuff, and I'm like, damn, how long did you guys have this?
See, yeah, and that's another problem because it's being sent overseas, so, like, they just kind of manhandle the thing, like, yo, like, it's important, fragile, sir.
Fragile.
But I mean, I guess what my like the best gift I ever gotten for an anniversary, it was not something that was bought, but something that a person gave me, which is, you know, my boyfriend now, and he gave me the attention that I wanted and I needed, and he spent time with me on a special day, even though I know, like, even though I know that, you know, anniversaries weren't so important to him, he still spent time with me, and, you know, just kind of, like, we just appreciated each other in that time frame, and, like, you know, that's, like, the best gift that, you know, someone like me could even ask for. It's just, like, a bunch of mental reassurance and, you know, proof that he loves me and all that. Like, it's really nice. It's really nice being with my boyfriend, even though I'm, like, almost with him almost every single day. Like, every day just gets better and better, in my opinion. Like, we always know how to have a good time, even when it started off a little rough when we talked.
Yeah,
we always know how to, like, make each other smile and laugh and just enjoy each other's company, and that's all I could ask for, is just being happy and just enjoying our time together, you know.
That's sweet.
That's a really great gift, actually. Like, that's so sweet. It's like, it's not even like a physical gift, unless, like, you kind of count his body as, you know, physical. But, like,
yeah.
but, like, that's really sweet. I really like that.
Yeah, he's genuinely the sweetest guy, and I've made a lot of mistakes in seeing him in a bad light and, you know, freaking out and all that stuff. But he's truly an angel, and he deserves a lot, and I appreciate him. And I feel very bad for expecting more out of him when he's given me everything.
Yeah.
Well, Bethany, what's the best gift you've received?
So, like, from a sentimental value aspect, it would be my anniversary, like, that happened, like, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. And so, just because, like, he put a lot of thought and effort into these gifts, and just, like, how he presented and stuff like that, because he was like, okay, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm incredibly nervous, and I'm scared you're not going to like it. So he, like, tossed it at me, you know, like the bag. And I was like, dude, you know, I'm probably going to like it. It came from you. Like, if you gave me, like, a stale cracker, I'd probably frame it because it's like, oh, it came from you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and so, like, I start crying because I'm opening it, and I'm like, dude, this is really sweet. And, like, I get to the CD, and, like, on the CD, he got one of our friends to actually, like, paint us, like, on the cover.
Oh my goodness.
And it's so cute. And, like, the little rat thing, stuffed animal rat that he gave me, like, she had also painted that on the cover, like, in the corner as well. And so at first I was, because I hadn't opened that part yet. And so I was like, oh my gosh, a rat. Like, that's kind of funny. That's really cute. And he's like, open this box. So I opened it, and I saw it was the rat, and I lost my mind. I was like, this is so cute. Like, this is so sweet.
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And then I think, like, monetary, like, if we're going to go from that aspect, the best gift I got from, like, that side, that ex that gave me back my gift that I had given him, he got me a diamond necklace because his parents were, like, loaded, right? Yeah.
Diamond?
Fumbled the bag. Yeah, like, diamond.
Fumbled the bag, huh?
Well,
Let's
the
go.
bag fumbled him, but, like, that's not the point. The point is that he gave me a diamond necklace, and, like, not to be, like, picky or anything, but, like, that thing was ugly as shit. And so, like, ugly as hell. But I wore it because I was like, wow, my rich ass boyfriend got me this beautiful diamond necklace, and, you know, it's ugly as hell, but I'm gonna wear it because, yeah. And so I did. So whenever
Flex.
do what?
Flex.
Yeah, honestly. And so, like, whenever we broke up, the necklace, like, also broke. Like, not even, like, me on purpose breaking it. Like, it the chain just dead ass, like, snapped. And I was like, oh, it's a sign. And so I was like, okay, well, that's good. Got out of that one. And so I still have the necklace, only because it is a diamond necklace. And so part of me wants to just, like, repair it and then sell it, because, like, there's no emotional attachment to it anymore, like, at all. And it's literally just like, I have this shit necklace that this shit bag
You
gave
could
me.
probably bring it to, like, a pawn shop and get some money without even getting it repaired.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, but also, like, would I get more money if I got it, like, kind of repaired? I don't know. But I would have to spend money to get money. So it's like a thing, you know, business major.
You just gotta do the math and see if it's worth the repair.
Yeah, and, like, honestly, like, I completely forget about it, like, most times until, like, I actually, like, think about, like, that ex, and then, like now, like, I haven't thought about that necklace in months, but, like, yeah, so it's definitely, like, I don't know, like, it's been, like, 5 years or something like that. So it's like, it's time. Bye-bye. And, yeah, throw him away.
I mean, since you gave, like, both, like, you know, meaningful and, like,
Just, like,
money spending and all that, like, I would say, like, the best gift I received that somebody spent on me was just this big gigantic teddy bear, which is it's actually, I still have it because it's on my bed, and like I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't want to get rid of it, but, like, I still have it. It's on my bed, like you said with your necklace. There's no, like, attachment to it or anything. It's just there. I just leave it there for, you know, design on my bed. I don't really have a lot of teddy bears. I don't have any at all, actually. This is the only one. So, like, it's just for design on my bed to make it not look so empty and sad. So I leave it there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's, like, one of the best gifts I've gotten, which is a gigantic teddy bear.
I think, like, for me, like, I've had several, like, exes and stuff now that have given me stuffed animals. And it's, I still have them, but it's not even from like a standpoint of like, oh, I'm reminiscing on my relationship. It's literally me just being like, I feel like I'm going to abandon my child, you know? Because it's like, I just have an attachment to stuffed animals. And like, if you've like ever seen any room I've ever had, my bed is half stuffed animal wall, because it's literally a wall. There's layers of animal in there, you know? And so like, up until like my boyfriend essentially kind of like moved in with me, like I had like this wall of stuffed animals that would sleep on like 75% of the bed, and then I would like fetal position in the other, you know, remaining 25%, you know? And so like, I don't know, I guess just for me, just like stuffed animals just are like, they're just cute little things. They're just things, you know? And so like, I think the only like stuffed animal that like I have like an intense like attachment to is like this like stuffed longhorn that me and my current boyfriend have. His name is Beefy. Love that boy so much. Yeah.
Okay.
And so like, I like, even though my boyfriend is sleeping next to me, like right next to me, like we're sticking together because it's freaking sweaty, like it's gross, I'm still like hugging that like longhorn for like dear life, because like I'm just like, I love this boy, he's so great, love this little stuffed animal, love this, he's like my kid, love it, you know? So it's like, even though I have a bunch of like stuff from like the past, it means nothing to me. And like, I actually managed to get rid of a lot of stuff like a few months ago, so I think I only have like maybe like 1 or 2 stuffed animals that just like, they're just cute, and that's why I kept them.
Yeah.
Not even like for the attachment, you know? So like, I don't know. That's just me. Is that weird?
Not really.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
The best gift I've gotten in a relationship is probably in my last relationship. For our anniversary, my partner made me like a bunch of sweet stuff that I liked, so like brownies, Rice Krispie treats and stuff. And she also wrote me like a love letter, because whenever we got back together, I wrote her a love letter, and so she was kind of just like, hey, remember when you did this? And I was just like, oh, I love this.
Oh, that's sweet.
And she gave me other stuff too. I can't really remember, but I just remember like that day I went home and I was like so happy. Like, it meant so much to me to get all the stuff that I gave her. I got from her. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any of it anymore. Like, I think I tossed it like last year whenever I was about to get into my current relationship, because I was just like, maybe I shouldn't keep this in my room, or keep this if I'm trying to move on, or, you know, get past this.
Yeah. I remember there was like this one guy I was just like kind of just talking to, you know? And like, I didn't want a relationship with him or anything, right? Because, you know, I was just vibing, testing the waters between relationships. And so this guy, I remember he wrote me like a note, like a little letter thing, and he put it in my car windshield, because like we had worked together, so he just slipped it in there before I left, and I didn't realize it until I got home. So I drove like a while with this like freaking post-it note stuck to my car. And so I didn't, like, I read it and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, and I just put it in my center console. And if you've ever been in my car, she is messy, she's disgusting. And so I remember at the beginning of my current relationship, my boyfriend like found that note, and he was like, dude, what the hell is this? And I was like, I'm going to keep it real with you, I forgot that was in here, and we're going to throw it away together. And so we did. And so it was like a big thing, and it turned into like a pretty big fight, but like, because, you know, that looks sus as hell, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but it's like, honestly, like, for me, like, I forget a lot that, like, I have, like, letters or pictures or something of, like, people. Because, like, even on my phone, I don't really go through my camera roll much.
Same.
So it's like, I could have pictures from, like, 2014 of, like, a meme, you know? And I won't realize it until I'm like, okay, I'm really, really bored. I'm going to just clean out my folder because I've got over like 4,000 pictures. We need to cleanse. And so then I'm going through and I see like 5 different people like I talk to or whatever, or I just don't talk to anymore. And I'm like, ooh, okay, bye, delete.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
Right.
like that was a problem back in my like earlier part of my relationship because I just like, I didn't keep tabs on myself and like what I did with like intimate kind of, I guess, things from other people. And so I was like, yikes. But we stay cleaning now. So yeah, you know, and like, you know, I got nothing to hide anymore. You know, I'm not even going cap. I love my boyfriend. He's so great. And so like, I want this like to work out, to last, you know, all that. And shit, I hope he feels the same.
I feel that. That's definitely how I feel with my boyfriend too.
Yeah.
Like we have a lot of like miscommunication sometimes,
Yeah.
but we do work it out. We do like get over whatever problem there is, and we always come back and, you know,
Yeah.
just come back and everything like that. And that's all I could ever ask.
Yeah. Like with him and I, like, as long as we like explain, because like whatever topic it is, like if someone gets butthurt over whatever, you know, if we just like explain our position, you know, and just try to understand where the other person's coming from, you know, it typically will work out, you know. And I've, you know, communication's key, backbone of a relationship. Please communicate with your partners, you know, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, see, like, I totally agree with that, but like my mind and the way I am is just like mentally I know that, and mentally I want to do that, but what comes out of me is the total opposite, and I come off really toxic, and it's disgusting. I feel bad for my boyfriend because he has to deal with this whole phase of me being toxic before I'm like being like before I become very comfortable with speaking about how I feel, because, you know, one, I don't like to speak how I feel because I feel uncomfortable, and like I'm a closed book. I have like a lot of anxiety. I have social anxiety, and I get nervous. I cry a lot. I'm very sensitive when it comes to stuff like that because I don't like feeling vulnerable ever. So like he's gonna have to deal with like this, like, he doesn't have to, but like he obviously wants to. But I feel bad for him because like my phase now is like him trying to open me up, and like it's been a year, and you would think that I would already be there, but it's just so hard for me to open up after something like tragic happened to me in a past relationship, and like I've always been on by myself and haven't really been in a relationship in like years, so it's like everything's like still brand new to me, and I'm very innocent when it comes to relationships. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm saying is wrong. I don't know. And like now that I think about it, I think it's just me not being able to like consider how they feel. And it's always just about me, about what I'm doing wrong, but it's never about how they feel or what they feel. So I'm like slowly learning to, you know, actually shut up about my feelings and listen to, you know, his feelings more, because I do realize I'm very selfish because I'm scared. So I just kind of splurge with anger on him, and it's not fair to him, really.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
a lot
sense.
to learn.
Like, especially if you had like past issues and like past relationships, like it definitely is harder to just like kind of get over those insecurities and stuff like that. And like I feel like your boyfriend probably like saw like, I guess, potential, I don't know, in your relationship, and that's why he like kind of is like put in extra work to get to where you are now. And now of course like I'm assuming that there's like strong feelings, and so that's going to keep him going, you know, especially with you. Like
like we do love each other, and we love each other so much, and I know I make it hard for him to love me at like some days, some nights and stuff, but like never have I ever strayed from loving him.
Yeah, I feel that.
But
What's the worst gift you guys have given your partner or previous partner?
given.
First of all my gifts are great. No, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think maybe my gift like sucks so bad that he like gave it back to me. I don't know.
I mean, I think the worst gift I've given is like when I was in 8th grade, I gave my girlfriend a Minecraft diamond necklace,
Yo.
and
Oh my goodness.
I was in 8th grade, so I was just like, oh, this will be cute, it'll be meaningful and stuff, because I like Minecraft, but she didn't like Minecraft, and so she just kind of took the Minecraft diamond off of it and just used the chain. But I mean, at least she found some use out of something dealing with her necklace.
Yeah. You see, I think my worst gift is, okay, like you guys may think otherwise, but I think it's one of the worst gifts I've ever given. It's not something I bought, it's more something I did. So me and my boyfriend now, we love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So
Oh no. Weeb alert.
it's amazing. And so like I was inspired, I love to draw. I'm not good at it, but I do draw quite often. And then, whenever I feel, bored or lazy, like I just draw. And I drew him as a JoJo character, and I sent it to Nell. I was like, I appreciate you, and like I wanted you to have this special day to me, and this and that. And he was like, whoa, like that's nice, and this and that. And I was just like, now that like when I sent it, I was just like, oh, like I kind of regret it because it's not look good. I don't think it looks good, even though he was telling me like it looks good, like I like it. I'm just like, you don't like it.
Hey, at least he appreciated it.
Yeah. He could have just been like, wow, this girl.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It took me like an hour or two to draw it, and I was like, I don't know. I thought I was gonna get more of like a whoa, like this is great reaction, but I was like, oh, I like it, and I was just like, oh man.
Yeah. Womp womp.
It's okay though. I think that's one of the worst gifts I've given. I mean, not because of like, I didn't like. I don't know. It's just because like I didn't do a good job on it, and I could have done better or something. I could have gotten something else instead of just a fucking drawing of him as a JoJo character.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least he appreciated it, even if it wasn't as good as it could have been.
And like, I don't know. To me, it's like it's not even about like the actual like drawing itself. It's more like a sentimental thing. It's like you took the time out of your day to do this for like because you both enjoy like watching this anime, and so you did it in your style and all that stuff. And like, I don't know. To me, I think it's a sweet gift. Even if it like doesn't like turn out exactly how you want it, it's still just like, wow. They took the time to create this thing for me, It's pretty great. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
what about the flip side? What's the best gift you guys have given someone?
I haven't given it to him yet, but basically what I got my boyfriend, which is the PS4 controller, the Madara figurine, and the jumper that I got. It's a champion jumper.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think that's the best gift I've given him. Other than my love and affection.
Oh, that is the best you could give someone.
Yeah.
Well, I sure hope so. Some people aren't appreciative of that, though.
What about you, Bethany?
I don't know. I'm thinking like I want to say that my gifts are sweet and thoughtful and well planned out, but I don't know if like other people, like my partner, like think that as well. So I don't know. I bought my ex like a vinyl that he really, really wanted It was like a limited pressing of like this band that he was like obsessed with at the time, and it came like with the vinyl and then a cassette, and it was like a big like pre-order thing, you know how that they throw in like a bunch of crap, you know, just related to the album.
Yeah.
And so like I spent like $50 on it because I don't know, that was crazy. I was just like, ooh, $50, yeah, that's fine. And now I wish I had those $50 back in my pocket, but that's not the point. The point is, the point is that I think that was one of the better gifts. I think, just like, I guess maybe from like a monetary, like, also just like a material kind of aspect, but like, I don't know. I feel like if I make handmade gifts, people like cherish them more. I don't know. Like, my boyfriend, you know, I made him that cup thing, the water bottle, and like he stays wishing he was fishing, like constant drinking out of that, you know, and like yeah. And so I don't know if it's because he's around me 24/7 and he feels guilty, like, oh, I have to drink out of this, you know, she freaking got it for me, you know. But
Yeah.
I know.
I'm pretty sure he appreciates it.
I'm pretty sure he does too. Like, at least I hope so. And like the hat, you know, I was gonna tweak it, so it's still not done yet. And our anniversary was like 2 weeks ago. I'm bad at deadlines. Anyways, the point is,
I mean, I'm bad at deadlines too.
Same.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm editing the podcast, like for the past 2 weeks, I've been doing it like Friday morning, and it's supposed to be uploaded by 9 a.m. on Friday.
yikes.
But yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. To me, handmade gifts are the best. And even though my deadlines suck, I hope he like appreciates just like the fact that like, even though I'm like busy a lot with just like school, especially now because it's like midterm season, and then like I'm picking up more hours at work because yeah, why not? You know, I hope he just like appreciates that like I will work on it when I have the time and the energy to do it. Because also it's like I need to sleep like 16 hours a day or else I can't function. And that's not even an understatement. Like I have to sleep like an obscene amount. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe something like that as my best gift.
I think the best gift I've gotten was, or not, like, the best gift I've given to someone was, like, the going away present for my ex. Like, I think I bought her 2 different rings. I bought her a big teddy bear. I bought her cologne that was just like mine, so she could spray it on the teddy bear and it smelled like me.
Aww.
That's kind of sweet.
I gave her a few of my hoodies, and I gave her like this blanket that I've been having for a while. And like that's probably the most I've ever, like, I don't want to say like most effort I put into a gift, because I mean I just bought a bunch of stuff, but that's like the most I've ever like spent on a gift and like been anxious about giving a gift.
Yeah. For me, whenever like a guy gives me his hoodies, it's like, yeet, that's mine, you know? Yoink.
Right.
And so,
Yes.
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm sitting in my boyfriend's hoodie right now, and he was like, this is my favorite hoodie. If anything happens to it, I will kill you. And I was like, okie dokie. And so, long story short, I ripped a big ass hole in it. But it's okay because he has holes like in the armpits and it's like a pouch that's hanging on by like 3 threads. I'm not even kidding. Like this thing, she needs some work. And you know what? I might repair it, but also that will like deduct like comfiness points, you know? So I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, like I had up until I got with my boyfriend, I had like, cause I'm still, I don't know if this is weird. I have no idea. It might be, but I'm still friends with my ex-boyfriend, like my longest relationship. Cause it was good. And like the only reason why like we broke up was like, it just lost interest in each other kind of, you know? And so like feelings changed to more platonic than like romantic. So we were like still pals, and like I had his jacket and stuff like that, and like he was significantly bigger than me, so I would never would wear it. And so I finally just gave it back to him. I was like, hey, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm talking to this guy, and I think, things are going pretty damn good. So, like, here you go. And so, like, I threw it back at him. But, like, right now, I think I wear literally, like, all of my boyfriend's jackets. And, like, sometimes, like, I don't, like, sharing clothes to me is, like, really sweet and kind of intimate. Like, the other night, I slept in one of his T-shirts, and there was a time, like a few, like a month or so ago, like something was wrong with his shirt. So I had like an old concert shirt that was like way too big for me. So I was like, just wear this. So he looked emo as hell, straight vibes, and he was wearing my T-shirt, and I was like, this is amazing. This is like peak performance. He's wearing my clothes now. Yes.
Yeah, I think I've had, like, in the past year or so, like, at peak, I've had, like, maybe 15 hoodies total.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think I have 6. And it's not even just because my girlfriend steals my hoodies. Like, I have female friends as well who have stolen my hoodies. And it's just, like, I would really appreciate if I can keep my hoodies for longer than a year.
Yeah, like when I was with that guy that's like now my friend, I remember like throughout a relationship, he had a lot of like friends that were girls, and I was fine with it because like I had a lot of friends that were guys, double standard, don't want that to happen. And so they would like just go over, hang out with him, and then just like he'd be like, where the hell is my hoodie? And they'll be like, oh, well, I thought it was cute, so I took it. And I'm like, bro, that's my job. What the hell? So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's also, like, I have a lot of tour merch and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, whenever those hoodies go missing, I'm like, wait, where's the hoodie that I got from so-and-so's concert? Like, for example, I got a hoodie at the Her show.
Yeah.
And so, whenever I started dating my current girlfriend, she, like, took it because I guess she liked it or something. Or she just wore it one day and she just never gave it back. She's wearing it right now, actually. But whenever I want to wear a hoodie and I'm looking for that one in particular, I'm like, wait, she has it. Yeah. So, when do you guys give gifts? Like, it doesn't have to be just anniversaries. Like, I don't only give gifts for anniversaries. Like, there could be Xmas, like Christmas, Valentine's Day, anniversary, or just because. Like, when do you guys give out gifts to your partner?
Usually like birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and sometimes like when I'm just thinking about them, I'll get a gift. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just usually when I think about them,
Yeah.
and if I have the budget to do so.
Yeah, budget's like literally the only thing stopping me from being like the best sugar mama possible. Honestly, like,
Right? Say that again.
like, if I could give my boyfriend like a gift, because that's kind of my love language in a way, like just gift giving, because I want to like show them that I care, like actually show them, because like I like people tell me a lot like, oh, you're kind of cold like romantically. Like physically romantically. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that, my bad, can't help that. Anyways, so like if I could give a gift every day, all day, every day, I would. And so like I know whenever I get more financially stable and stuff like that, and like if I'm still with my current boyfriend, like I'm going to just say it because like he already knows, but like there's like a specific car he wants. And, like, I'm not even he's gonna hate me for this, but, like, getting one now, because it's from, like, the 90s, it's gonna be a piece of shit. And you know what? If he wants his piece of shit car, like, to, like, rebuild and kind of do, like, a project on that, Like, I'll give him the shell.
Mm-hmm.
I will buy, like, essentially, like, the body of the car, and he will have, like, a fun project. Like, that is, like, a gift I have been thinking about for a long, long time. And, like, if I could give that to him, like, now, I would do it. And so, like, I don't know. That, but then, like, just in general, like, I give gifts, like, definitely for birthdays, Christmas, holidays, stuff like that. Valentine's Day is, like, a big one, of course. I know last year for Christmas, the gift I gave him, he's like into jackets, like windbreaker type stuff, because he just likes them. And so like I found one that looks like a jacket that I actually have, and so I was like, listen, I found this at a thrift store. It's a little bit, it's like a size big, like too big for you. However, like, do you want it? And he's like, absolutely. Without a doubt. And so, like, I included that in his gift. He already knew he was getting it, but yeah. And then, like, I made him, like, a little, like, basket thing. You know, like, shout out to Twitter for the inspiration, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
and so, like,
I see stuff on Twitter and I'm like, man, I really want to just do this.
yeah. I see stuff on Twitter. I'm like, where, Bob the Builder boyfriend, where are you? You know, like, like, honestly. And so, like, I got him, like, you know, just like stuff like socks, and then like, oh my God, this is gonna sound horrible. But the thought is there, and I did my best with what I could. And so, okay, so you know, I talked about Beefy, my Longhorn stuffed animal, right? Well, he has a sister, and her name is Emotional Support Beef. And so, and because like it stemmed from a joke one day, and so he was like having like some issues, and so he was like, and I was trying to cheer him up, and he's like, you know, Bethany, you're like my emotional support beef, because he calls me Beef. I don't know why, but you know, people call me Beef. Beefany. That's actually a popular one, and so like, anyways, so I got him this. I went on Amazon, right, and I was looking for like stuffed animal cows, and I was like, okay, I just want like a freaking cow. But all the cows were either like $50 or they're like low quality type thing, and I wanted him to have something, you know, just nice but not like so expensive it takes up my whole budget, you know. So I gave up online shopping, and so I went in stores, and like nothing. Like, I was looking in, like, baby sections, because I'm like, okay, well, they gotta have a freaking cow. Like, kids love cows. Nothing. And so, oh my God. This is gonna sound bad. But, like, I walked into a pet supply store, and I found this dog toy that was a cow. And I was like, oh my God, it's actually perfect. Like, it's exact size, exactly what I want. So I got him a dog toy for Christmas, and he still has it. Like, it's right now, you know, like on my bed. It's got like 5 squeakers. It's hilarious. And so like whenever we're like joking around or whatever, just like hanging out in bed, just laying there, you know, we're like, you know, it's like the stuffed animals are on the bed, kinda, you know, and so like he'll be like trying to make a point, and so he'll get like the cow, and he'll get like his little hand, and he'll like squeak it, and he'll be like, listen here, you, and it'll just like squeak. And so it's just funny. I don't know, but he was talking to me the other day, he's like, you know, I'm still not gonna forgive you for like getting me a damn dog toy. And I'm like, bruh, I told you what happened. I'm sticking with my story. You know? And so like, I don't know. Maybe that's the worst gift I ever gave, but like, I don't know. A dog toy for your boyfriend. Kind of rough. But yeah.
So
Shit, fuck it.
I pretty much do the same thing you guys do, where you just give a gift whenever you feel like it. But I do tend to put more like thought towards like Valentine's gifts and anniversary gifts. I don't know why, but that's just what I do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, me too.
maybe not so much in my current relationship. Like, I've been given more practical gifts than like sentimental gifts. but previously I've gone like and got like gifts that were pretty meaningful. Yeah. How much effort do you guys put into just like the just because gifts versus like actual events?
I feel like with the just because gifts, like, it's mostly me, like, I be walking through a Target and I see, like, socks. And, like, my boyfriend loves fuzzy socks, right? Because he wears, like, shoes that, like, especially for his work shoes, like, they're just not comfy. And so he wears fuzzy socks with them because I have enlightened him to the fuzzy sock culture. Now he steals my socks. Yeah. It's horrible. All my socks.
Wait, he can fit your socks?
Yeah, I got big ass feet, bro.
Oh. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, they also stretch, like, the socks. Like, they're socks. The socks are big on me anyways. But, like, the point is, like, I will, like, be walking through Target, and I'll be like, oh, fuzzy socks. Boyfriend. Yes. And so, like, just kind of go from there. And then, like, it's not super often that happens, especially because, like, you know, I'm in Texas. It's hot as hell. Your feet gonna sweat. So, like, they have thin socks. But I don't want to get him those. So, like, now's the time. You know, it's, like, 50 degrees outside right now. It's freezing. I don't want to be out there. Mm-hmm. You know? It's too cold for me. I don't fuck with that. And so, like, I don't know. So, like, now would probably be a good time to go get him some socks. And I'm thinking about it. I think I will. So, hopefully he doesn't listen to this podcast right now. I don't want him to get any, you know, ideas.
You don't want to spoil the surprise.
Yeah, that. So, like, yeah. So, I don't know. It's also, like, a budget thing as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I know Jenny hasn't been on a real date before yet, but Bethany, what type of dates have you been on? Like, what's been the best date you've been on?
So my boyfriend and I are, like, obsessed with this one little restaurant, like, and they serve hot pot. And so, like, if you don't know what that is, it's essentially just soup. And you get to, like, watch it boil on your table, and you throw crap in it, and then you, like, eat it right there. Just cooks in front of you. It's great. And so we go there so often, like, this one restaurant, that the people know us, and we'll, like, walk in, and they'll just be like, you don't really have to fill out the menu anymore, because they want us to, like, kind of write it out. And so, like, that's just how it is. But, like, they're like, we already know what you want, you know? And so, like, yeah, it's really sweet. So I really love, like, our little, like, hot pot dates. And even if we go, like, there was a time where we were going, like, maybe twice a week. But those were still, like, peak performance, you know? And, like, there was a couple times, like, even just, like, I don't know, like, sitting in the car, just absolute vibes, you know? Like, yeah. I cherish those moments, like, hardcore, you know?
Yeah.
And, like,
me too.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's more like, I guess, not, like, official, like, date night, you know? Like, I kind of like just, like, you know, we're together, we're going out to dinner, it feels good, good vibes, all that. Like, to me, that's, like, a little date, but, like, I don't know. I feel like whenever I plan stuff, like, there's a lot of pressure around it. Like, it has to be good. Oh, yeah. You know? Like, what if they don't enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Like, I went to San Antonio with him once, like, over spring break. Right. Like, the week before Corona was, like, a thing. Like, here in Texas, and everything got shut down. We went to San Antonio, and so we, like, saw the Alamo, we walked around the city, and, like, he hates walking with a passion. Like, he has told me, like, he just refuses to walk, you know? And so I'm like, okay, bro, if we're gonna freaking see the city like you want to, you're gonna have to walk. And so He did. He was a real team player. A+ performance from him. And we went to like this little we went to a cave, and so that was cool too. And it was kind of like a private thing because we were like the last tour group, and it was just him and I that signed up. So this, cute little tour guide, she's like showing us the cave and all that, and like taking our picture and spending time with us, like actually like doing stuff like that. And like I think that was a really good date that I actually planned. Like I think that went really well. And like also just like little things too during that whole like day trip. Like my boyfriend had never been to Buc-ee's, which is like the best gas station ever, And so he was like, I live in Texas now. I need to know the culture, And so like I was like, okay, well I'll show you peak Texas culture. So I made him pee at a Buc-ee's, and he was like, that was the cleanest bathroom I've ever been in. And I was like, I know. And so yeah, so then he got like Buc-ee's merch. It's like a hat with like a beaver on it, because like that's the mascot of the freaking beaver. And so he's like, I love Buc-ee's. And so every once in a while, like he'll be like, can we go to Buc-ee's? And I'm like, bruh, why? We don't need gas. We don't need a car wash. Like, why do you want to go? And she's like, just cause. I was like, okay.
So you don't sound like you're too picky about dates or anything. So you probably don't have a big opinion about what is or what can be considered a date versus what isn't a date.
Yeah.
I see people debate it on Twitter or not. Like I've seen specifically people say Applebee's isn't a date.
Well,
going for a walk with your partner or somebody you're interested isn't a date, and like certain stuff. I've even seen people say that if you're only spending like $40 is not a date, and it's like if you enjoyed yourself and they enjoyed themselves, then
is a date.
What's wrong with how much you spent? And it's like
exactly.
I feel like the only thing that is conditioned for a date is you guys are both interested in each other and you guys both want to enjoy it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I mean, I wouldn't consider Applebee's a date just because I don't like Applebee's, but Chili's is a date. Welcome to Chili's.
But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of stuff that wouldn't be a date. Like, I mean, I don't know. Would you consider spending a day with your partner a date if you guys are just sitting around your room or something? That's not really a date, is it?
I wouldn't say it's a date per se, but it's more just like quality
Hanging
time.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quality time is definitely like my number one love language, and it's his as well. So like it's pretty important to us, just like even if we're just vibing on our phones watching TikToks for like 5 hours a day, not even like maybe like talking about it every once in a while, but then just being like funny meme, and then like keep scrolling, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's like really cute time, because like even though you're doing your own thing, you're still with them, and like to me that's like the best thing,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. So I think that a date is when you and your partner plan to do something, no matter what it may be. So like, if it's got like plan behind it, even if it's just like, hey, let's go this place. Like if you're doing something with the intention of just spending time with your partner, so like if your partner comes over and you guys watch movies or something, if you guys plan it out beforehand, then that can be a date. Just whatever. So, I'm sorry, I'm just drawing a blank right now.
It's all good.
What do you guys expect when you go on a date? Or if you haven't been on a date, in Jenny's case, what do you expect from dates?
Respect.
Yes.
And manners.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when we get comfortable enough, you can act the way you want to act. But for like a date and like, if we're going out in public together, keep your act together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me, and I won't embarrass you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way.
Don't bring your homies
And-
with you. That's a thing. Please don't bring your friends if I'm going on a date.
Oh my god. I remember when I was in my first relationship, I'll say, so you just know it's like 8th grade, 9th grade. We went on a date to the mall. And I mean, the mall isn't really a date because you're just walking around buying stuff. That's not really a date to me. But we met up at the mall and we invited another friend to tag along, expecting it to just be a third wheel. And she ended up getting like way more attention from my girlfriend than I did. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, why couldn't you just stay home? Sorry if you're listening to this. But yeah, that sucked. I was just like, why am I a third wheel in my own date?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, one of those.
that sucks.
It does.
Yeah. So, when you guys go on a date, do you split the bill? Or I know Bethany said that her boyfriend wanted to split the bill at the anniversary date, but in general, how do you guys pay for your dates?
I would say if it's something that me and my significant other agreed to, I say we split the bill. But if it's like something like a surprise, like hey, let me take you out, I pay. And if they say, hey, let me take you out, then they pay. Obviously, I do believe in splitting the bill when it comes to an agreement. But if you're offering, and if I'm offering, whoever's offering should pay, in my opinion. But if they want to offer to pay, then like, I don't know, just take into consideration, I guess. Like, like, I'm all for splitting the bill, and I'm all for people wanting to pay for it themselves. Like, it's just just whatever happens, I guess. I do respect that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, when I go on dates and stuff, I usually just pay for it. Like, even if they want to pay, I'm just like, nah, I got it. It's no problem.
That's how I am too.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have a problem with letting them pay or anything, but I mean, if I have it, I don't really see why they should pay for it. I don't know. My mom just kind of raised me with that mindset that the guy has to pay for it, and that's just what I've stuck with my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way. Like, my parents definitely, like, at least, like, on my dad's side, my stepmom is very, particular. She has, a lot of rules she wants me to follow, and, like, I don't really like her, so whatever. Anyways, the point is that she's like, if a boy doesn't pay for your first date, you need to dump his ass. And I was like, okay. And so, like, I have not followed that advice whatsoever because I feel guilty when other people pay for my meals and stuff because I feel like I owe them. And so, like, the problem is that my boyfriend is the same way. And so we typically will just, like, split things. Or, like, I order my meal and then he'll pay for his meal type thing. Not even just, like, split down the middle, but just, like, if I ordered a $40 steak and he had freaking chicken nuggets, like, I'm not going to make him pay for my freaking, my food, So we typically do stuff like that. That or, like, stuff like, okay, if you pay for the meal this time, I got you next time. And so, like, it's not even just, like, about money at that point. It's just a matter of just, like, you did me this solid, I'm going to do you this solid. So, like, if I went to McDonald's one day, he's going to get me Taco Bell the other, and vice versa. So that's our system. It was kind of, it wasn't even like a agreed upon thing for, like, a long time. It was mostly just like during our, like, talking stage, I guess. Like, whenever we went out, it would be like 3 a.m. We're at a Taco Bell, and I'd pull up through the drive-thru, and he's like, "Here's the card. Like, use my card." And so then I was like, "Okay, well, I feel bad. I want to freaking know." And he's like, well, you didn't tell them to split the bill at the drive-thru, so sucks to suck. So essentially he would just, he would pay for it, and then I would like Venmo him my half, or just like straight down the middle, or just I got you next time, type of thing. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely been times though, just like Jenny said, like if I'm taking you out, I'm gonna pay for it. Please don't pay me back. And like he typically will pay me back just because he's nice like that. But I'm like, bro, it's a gift. Stop it. So, and just vice versa, So.
I know sometimes when I go to the movies with my girlfriend, we might decide, hey, if I'm paying for the tickets, then you're paying for the food.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. And I mean, that's like, I think the most I've split with people whenever I pay for stuff. Like, I'll just maybe buy the movie tickets, because I know movie tickets can be expensive sometimes, but they're usually not. Or if I feel like the food's going to be more pricey, then I'll just pay for the food.
Yeah, like my boyfriend and I live like my house where my family lives is pretty close to a drive-in theater. So we, during the summer, we would just go there because it's safer, I guess, from like a corona standpoint, because like you're in your car, and so it was also, they were doing like really good deals too. It was like $10 fit as many people as you want in that car. Of course, we didn't do that, mostly because like, we just wanted quality time. So the one time that we actually did that, it was with our own like family and then like a friend of mine. And so we just packed my brother's truck, and people were like laying down in like the bed of the truck, and we like pulled up and they like laid flat so they didn't like get seen or something. I don't know, but like it was like $10 and it was super, super like cost effective. And so like for us, like I'll pay $5, he pays $5, and then we typically will like go to McDonald's or something beforehand and then like bring food in because they don't care. And so like their concessions aren't that expensive either. So like if we get hungry throughout the movie and we didn't stop at McDonald's or something, he's like, all right, you buy the like the popcorn or something, I'll just Venmo you the difference. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And like sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Like at the end of the day, I'm the person that eats the most popcorn, so it's like, whatever, I wanted it anyways. So I don't know, that's just me.
Yeah. Well, that's about it for this episode. Thanks to you listeners who sat through the whole thing, and thanks for listening. Is there anything you guys want to plug before we kind of close out?
No.
I want to plug the the podcast.
Plug the podcast.
Plug the podcast in the podcast,
Yeah.
Share, please.
Listen to Poofcast.
Share with your friends, your family, your dogs, your kids, your cousins, whoever. I'm kidding. I mean, just share.
Yeah, when you're sharing with people, try to share the Instagram specifically, because we're really close to doing the Instagram giveaway. Once we hit 50 followers, we're going to be giving away a $50 gift card of your choice. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. Like Jenny said, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We got like 22 followers there. Instagram, we got about 40 there. 23 on YouTube. I haven't got any like analytics or anything from Apple yet, so I'm not sure. And if you've been listening to the podcast on SoundCloud, make sure you make an account and follow us, because our SoundCloud numbers are looking pretty weak right now. We got like 7 followers, but we get like 15, 20 listeners. So if you want to keep up with the podcast without having to check social media, make sure you follow us on YouTube, Apple, and SoundCloud, because it'll tell you when we upload new episodes. But if you want to look at it and see some kind of behind the scenes stuff or like funny clips and stuff, I'll post it on Twitter or Instagram. If the podcast is going to be late for any reason, I'll post about it on Twitter. And if you have something that you want us to talk about specifically, you can DM us on Twitter or respond to the Twitter thread. I'll link it in the description. But we'll try to incorporate fan submissions, or not fan, because that sounds weird to call you guys fans, listener submissions and stuff, so we can kind of help you guys out.
Yes.
And like Jenny said, make sure to give feedback and to share it. You know, the more people that listen to it, the more we feel motivated to continue making content for you guys. And before we go, I wanted to say next week we're going to be discussing closure and moving on. So if that's something you're dealing with, make sure you tune in next week.
Definitely.
And does anybody else have anything to say?
No.
Nope.
All right, so bye. Love you guys. Make sure you
Deuce.
check us out everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple, SoundCloud. All right.
Yes.
Hey.
Mwah.
All right, so that should be it for